Hello, all you finance nerds and crypto-curious folks. Tonight, we're diving headfirst into the wild world of cryptocurrency fundraising. Even revolutionary tech needs cold, hard cash to survive, or at least the digital equivalent. Just like Silicon Valley startups need venture capitalists, blockchain projects need funding. You might be thinking, isn't cryptocurrency supposed to be decentralized? And you'd be right. But decentralization doesn't pay the bills. Developers, marketers, and that guy who brings donuts, they all expect a paycheck. That's where initial exchange offerings, or IEOs, come into play. IEOs provide the funding that these projects need to get moving. IEOs offer a way for them to do just that. Buckle up, because things are about to get interesting. So we've established that blockchain projects need money, and IEOs offer a way to get it. Think of it like Kickstarter, but instead of funding your friend's indie film about a talking cat, you're investing in the future of finance, or at least that's what the white paper tells you. But what exactly makes IEOs different from the Wild West of initial coin offerings, or ICOs, that took the world by storm a few years back? Well, for starters, IEOs introduce a bit of much-needed adult supervision into the equation. Remember the ICO craze? It was like a digital gold rush with everyone and their grandmother trying to launch their own token. And while some legitimate projects emerged from that chaos, there were also a whole lot of scams, rug pulls, and projects that were about as well planned as a toddler's birthday party. IEOs aim to address this issue by bringing in a trusted intermediary, cryptocurrency exchanges. These exchanges act as gatekeepers, vetting projects, and providing a platform for the token sale. It's like having a bouncer at the door of the crypto club, making sure only the legitimate projects get in. Now, this doesn't mean IEOs are foolproof. There are still risks involved, and we'll get to those later. But by introducing a layer of oversight, IEOs offer a potentially safer and more regulated way for both projects and investors to participate in this exciting new world of cryptocurrency. All right, let's break down what an initial exchange offering actually is. In the simplest terms, it's like an IPO for crypto. A company looking to raise capital will issue tokens on a cryptocurrency exchange, and those tokens are then sold to investors. Easy peasy, right? Well, hold on a second. There are a few key differences between IEOs and traditional IPOs. For starters, IEOs are way faster. We're talking days or weeks to launch an IEO, compared to the months or even years it can take for a company to go public through an IPO. Plus, there's a whole lot less paperwork involved, which is always a win in my book.
Here's how it usually works. A blockchain project teams up with a cryptocurrency exchange to list their tokens. The exchange does its due diligence, poking and prodding the project to make sure it's not a complete dumpster fire. If everything checks out, the exchange gives the project the green light, and the IEO is announced to the world. Investors, eager to get in on the ground floor of the next big thing, then flock to the exchange to buy these tokens, hoping they'll be worth a fortune someday. But here's the catch. Not every project gets chosen. Exchanges are pretty picky about who they let onto their platform. They want projects with solid teams, innovative ideas, and a clear roadmap for the future. So, if you're a blockchain project hoping to launch an IEO, you better bring your A game.
Section 4, Setting Up Shop, the IEO process. So, you're a blockchain project with big dreams and an even bigger need for funding. You've decided to go the IEO route. Congratulations, you've just entered the crypto equivalent of Shark Tank, and the stakes are high.
First things first, you need to find yourself a reputable exchange that's willing to work with you. This is like finding a needle in a haystack made of Bitcoin. Once you've found an exchange that hasn't immediately shown you the door, it's time to convince them that your project is worth their time and reputation. This involves jumping through a lot of hoops, like providing a detailed white paper, undergoing a thorough vetting process, and maybe even sacrificing a goat to the crypto gods. Just kidding, maybe.
If you manage to impress the exchange overlords, congratulations. You've made it to the big leagues. Now comes the fun part, setting up the IEO. This involves determining how many tokens you'll offer, setting the token price, and figuring out how much money you're hoping to raise. It's like planning a wedding, except instead of agonizing over flower arrangements, you're agonizing over token distribution models. And then, the moment of truth arrives, the IEO launch. This is where all your hard work, sleepless nights, and gallons of coffee culminate in a frenzy of trading activity. If all goes well, you'll raise the funds you need to bring your blockchain dreams to life. If not, well, there's always next time. Or you could always try your luck on Shark Tank for real. Section 5, IEO, Success Stories, Binance Launchpad and Beyond. Now let's talk success stories, because who doesn't love a good underdog makes it big tail? And in the world of IEOs, Binance Launchpad is like the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It's the platform that launched 1,000 tokens, or at least a few dozen, and it's become synonymous with IEO success.
One of the most notable examples is the token sale for the Brave browser, which raised a cool $35 million in under 30 seconds. That's faster than it takes me to decide what to have for breakfast. Other Launchpad stars include Fetched AI, which raised $6 million in a mere 22 seconds, and Matic Network, which raked in $5 million in just 10 minutes. Clearly, these projects struck a chord with investors, and Binance Launchpad played a pivotal role in their success.
But Binance isn't the only player in the IEO game. Other exchanges like Huobi, OKEx, and Gate.io have also launched their own IEO platforms, each with its own set of requirements and success stories. The point is, IEOs have become a legitimate fundraising method for blockchain projects, and the exchanges that host them are reaping the benefits. However, it's important to remember that past performance is not indicative of future results. Just because a project launched a successful IEO in the past doesn't guarantee its future success. The crypto market is volatile, and even the most promising projects can stumble. Section 6. Why IEOs, the allure for blockchain projects. So we've covered what IEOs are, how they work, and some of the platforms that host them. But why are blockchain projects so keen on this fundraising model?
Well, for starters, it's all about that sweet exposure. Launching an IEO on a major exchange is like getting your project featured on the front page of the internet. You're instantly in front of a massive audience of potential investors, many of whom are already comfortable using the exchange's platform. But it's not just about visibility. IEOs also offer a level of credibility that's hard to come by in the often shady world of crypto fundraising. By partnering with a reputable exchange, projects can signal to investors that they're not just another fly-by-night operation. It's like having a seal of approval from a trusted authority figure, which, let's face it, can go a long way in this industry.
And let's not forget about the streamlined listing process. When a project raises funds through an IEO, it's often given a fast track to getting listed on the exchange. This is a huge advantage, as getting listed on a major exchange can be a long and arduous process for projects that go the traditional route. In short, IEOs offer blockchain projects a way to raise funds quickly, gain credibility, and tap into a vast network of potential investors. It's a win-win situation, as long as the project is legitimate and the exchange does its due diligence.